Back. It is me, Sadika. Welcome back to Soulspiration by Sadika. And it is a lovely Sunday. It's 2:37 p.m. my time. I got me a little container of ice cream. This is Marion Berry pie ice cream. Never heard of this until yesterday. A neighbor brought it over, and I'm in love. Mm, 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 mm. Mm. It's been a minute. Happy 4th of July weekend. Happy Independence Day weekend. I hope y'all are enjoying your time off. I know I am. And I'm just chilling. It's a beautiful day outside. I was like, should I go live outside? But I just spent like 3 hours in the coffee shop, kind of just working on my business. And I'm making content again and trying to go live more often. And yeah, welcome, welcome. Whoever's in here, welcome. Enjoying some ice cream. I was just in the mood to look at something sweet. I also have something else sweet for you, Armani. How are you? Been a minute. So much to catch up on, so much to talk about. Um, Today's a really popular game, Mexico versus England. I'm probably gonna go catch that game not too far from me. Is anyone interested in the World Cup? Like, I kind of want to talk about World Cup stuff. You're eating ribs. Mmm. How was your 4th of July, Armani? Mm. Did anybody see the Cabo Verde versus Argentina game? Not as into soccer as me, just hoping the US goes far. I hope the US goes far too. I think they play tomorrow against Belgium. Hello, God. For those of you who just popped in, I'm Sadika. Welcome to Soulspiration by Sadika. Thank you for thumbing up the video. And for those of you who don't know what my channel is about, I provide communication and social skills for really women, but anybody ages 20 to 30 to improve their social skills, their networking, and their dating. So if that sounds like your cup of tea, then subscribe, stick around. We're chilling today. Happy Sunday. And thank you for thumbing up the live. I really appreciate it. Who are you rooting for? So I was obviously the US. I was rooting for Cabo Verde. For those of you who like Cabo Verde, you guys see how they almost took Argentina out of the freaking tournament. Hello? Like, no, 20s and 30s. You don't have to be 30 and younger. It's 20s and 30s. So as soon as you hit 40, then it may not be a demographic anymore. Argentina will win it. Hi, Biswa. Um, I think France is going to take it this time. I have a firm feeling that France is going to go all the way. What are you eating? This is called Marion Berry Pie ice cream. It's so good. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. All of you in here, thumb up the video, please. I did not make it. I cannot take credit for this, but it is very tasty. I'm trying to think of the name of the brand, but my neighbor brought it over and it's really good. Okay, okay. Now we're getting World Cup happy. Okay, let's see. Who's gonna win today? Norway or Brazil? What time is the Norway game? I thought it was already happening. Honestly, I've never seen Norway play. I just know they have Erling Holland, and he's just like some massive dude who's pretty flexible. So it's anybody's game. I feel like it could go to penalties. And then based off penalties, I think Brazil will win. Let's be honest, without Mbappe, France wouldn't be here, wouldn't be where they are at the minute. Not just Mbappe, but also Dembele and Olise. Their whole offensive team is stacked. Like, it's not. I love Mbappe. Yeah, Armani, I love Mbappe. I really enjoy him. He's got like a winner's mentality. I've been watching some of his interviews. Yeah. Brazil, stunning purifier. Oh, thank you. Any Portugal support here? Portugal. I like Cristiano Ronaldo. Intercity firm. Intercity. What is intercity? ICF? What is that? Yeah, I agree with you. I don't think Portugal is gonna do too good. They're just, I don't know. They're not really a threat to me in my eyes. I should have retitled this World Cup and Ice Cream Chill. But you guys, there's something I wanted to talk to you about, which was Cabo Verde. Did anybody watch Argentina versus Cabo Verde? Please tell me you did. Mm, what a game. Listen, listen. Cabo Verde stole everybody's heart. I respect Argentina for pulling out the win. They made it happen. They got the dub. But nobody expected some tiny little islands on the coast of West Africa to go to the World Cup for the first time. Hawadima, for the first time ever, and have Argentina, the reigning World Cup champions, shook like that. Okay? Nobody saw it coming. But they started this tournament with a lot of heart. A lot of heart. So I knew that they weren't going to be easy to knock out. And if you ask me, I don't think Argentina expected that much of a fight. But if they were paying attention, they would have saw that they already draw Spain, they draw Uruguay, and that was not going to be a cakewalk. I also think that Cabo Verde inspired the underdogs for the rest of this tournament. They put a fire in the underdogs' feet, right? So if you have the powerhouse against the underdogs are like, Psh, if they can do it, if they can put up that fight, we can too. This is going to be, from here on out, the tournament is going to be amazing because of Cabo Verde. And I stand 10 toes on that. They have heart, you guys. Woo! I love the underdog story. It gives me chills. And that just lets you know it doesn't matter who is there, who's in the tournament. If you want something, go after it. Give it 100%. That's all that meant to me. That whole game, it just meant go after it. Who do you think is going to win the World Cup? Okay, this is not an easy answer, you guys. Let me tell you why. Because Morocco did not come to play, okay? They made it all the way to the semis last tournament. France is up there. I actually really like France. I like France. I do. I don't know what to say. I'm a fan. And Argentina. No shade. I enjoy Messi. Argentina, for some reason, they're not that good of a team. I don't understand how they keep winning, if I'm being honest. I'm gonna get a lot of hate, but I'm a Messi fan. Messi is a great player. He's a legend. Argentina as a team, I'm not. But their goalkeeper, he's good too. I think his name is Martinez. What's his last name? Yeah, I don't understand. I don't really know what's going on. Um, Let me stop. Let me stop. But the UK. Laurel, are you from the UK? You're from the UK? Okay, I did see UK number one troll in your name. Oh, you're from Georgia. Okay. Um, I think England's gonna put up a fight. I just don't think they're gonna win. You're from Scotland, boyo. Oh, you were there. You were in Boston. That's what's up. You've been to the UK too, Laurel. I've been once. I've been to London. It's a repeat place for sure. I want to go back. Hmm. The people over there are super nice. It's so funny that you said that people in Boston are nice. I'm sure they were nice to you guys. Boston does not have a reputation of being nice, at least in the States. But you guys are visitors. You supported the mess out of their businesses. Y'all drank up all the bars, I heard. Were you part of that? I'm glad you had a good time though. I think we have good hospitality for sure. No questions asked. The South, like where Laurel's from, um, that's where the hospitality is at for sure. But you're gonna find amazing people all over America for sure. We drank all the bars dry, like literally no drink left at all in the town. I cannot believe you guys did that. That is insane. Hmm. MD, I'm not answering that question. Armani said, thanks to the World Cup, I'm just now finding out many places throughout all Europe lack air conditioning. Yeah, they lack air conditioning. They don't have ice. Child, I don't know what I would do if I didn't get ice in my drinks. Mm-mm. It would be an adjustment for sure. D's, I'm Zoe. Hi, from South Africa. I'd love to visit South Africa. That owned the bar was like, I've worked here 30 years and never ever experienced this with any fans except us Scottish fans. You guys are called the Tartan Army, right? I was watching all the coverage of all the World Cup fans, and I think you guys were called the Tartan Army. Shout out to you guys, for real. Like, I feel like I'd go to Scotland, boyo, and or is that do Irish people say boyo? I would go to Scotland, and I really, really like the what's it called, the bagpipe. I love the way it sounds. I have a video of me in London dancing next to the UK. What am I saying? Dancing next to a guy playing the bagpipes, and it was so fun. I was just like, amazing. Also, my mascot in college was a Highlander. It was Scotty the Bear, but he was a Highlander, and we had kilts. That's fun, isn't it? My day. My day was good. I mean, I just came back from the coffee shop, um, working on my business. One thing about improving my business or like working on it is putting myself out there. So I was like, this was like my CEO day. I'm like, look, I gotta get myself out there again. Because I'm an MC. I'm an event MC, and I bring the energy. I facilitate, keep people engaged for events and stuff. But I gotta keep putting myself out there. So I was emailing people today, working on my site, just mm, 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 get myself out there. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Nicki Minaj has a fantastic British accent. I've never heard her do it. Thanks for subscribing. I appreciate that. You said I never speak in any lies, but you super cool. I love the fact you take the time to read everyone's comments. Of course, why not? Y'all are here, so I gotta acknowledge you. Thanks for being here. And thank you for subscribing. I appreciate that. I have a question for you guys. I'm running low on ice cream. Do you do one serving of ice cream or two? Because I'm about to get my second one. Do your clients give you public reviews? Yes, I ask for them to. Because how else am I going to gain credibility, you know? If I MC an event at one place, I'll have all these experience under my belt, just pictures and videos, but nothing from the person who I did it for. So they have to tell my potential clients via a review, you know, that I was good to work with. Business 101, get reviews, you know. Thank you, UK, number one troll. I don't know how else to call you. You take care as well. I'll see you next time. One single serving, unless I was productive this week. Honestly, I ate a lot yesterday because it was 4th of July. So maybe I should just do one serving. You're right. Look at you guys keeping me on the straight and narrow. I appreciate it. Mm. Yeah, so I buy a 5-liter ice cream and eat it every time. You eat the whole thing at one time? Honestly, who am I to judge? I be doing stuff like that sometimes too. What's your favorite flavor of ice cream? What kind of flavors you guys be having in South Africa? You're gonna bust out your gallon tub? Ice cream is just too good. I don't understand. Like whoever made ice cream was really in their bag. Like, how'd you even think about making ice cream? It's my favorite dessert for sure. No questions asked. But yeah, I think I'm gonna just start walking more, getting back in the gym. Chocolate ice cream. Most wanted likes chocolate ice cream too. Okay. Chocolate's pretty good. I feel like I love chocolate most things. Chocolate ice cream though is not my favorite. I like chocolate, the candy. I like chocolate milk. I like a lot of things chocolate. Chocolate ice cream is good. It's just not my favorite. Ice cream dehydrates you. Gelato is better for hydration. Really? Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised. Talking about me. Oh Lord. Um, hi Kenrick. Welcome. Yeah, guys. So back on World Cup because I'm obsessed. Um, I think, and mind you, I'm saying this based on who I kind of want to win versus who's currently in the tournament and who could win. So if I were to break, hold on, you know what? Let's do something real quick, y'all. Let's see what's going on. Let's see who's who's still in the tournament. We're gonna analyze this together, okay? I'm not playing with y'all. You would be the coolest person on the planet if I didn't mess with black licorice. Who said I mess with black licorice? Pistachio is really good. Pistachio ice cream, a dub for sure. Okay, let's talk about World Cup. My mom emailed me. Okay. Who is still in the World Cup 26? Wait. What is the current World Cup bracket? Brian says time for Brazil to go back home. Norway. Okay. Hi, Marcus. I couldn't imagine eating pistachio flavored ice cream. What do you mean? It's so good. I just know she drives a Jeep. What? how do you figure I drive a Jeep? Who is that? SSJ Neon. That's an interesting. I don't even know what you call that. Assumption. All right, let's peep this bracket together, y'all. Hold on now. Let's look at this. Let me make this bigger. Someone's gotta take them. All right. Y'all see this? It's kind of overkill. Hold on. Okay. Ooh, France and Morocco. That's gonna be such a good game. I'm going crazy. Like that's gonna be such a good game. Quick question: Messi or Ronaldo? You know what my problem is with that question? It's assuming that I'm thinking about those two only. But if I had to, Messi. Even though I do enjoy Cristiano Ronaldo. And he even seems like a good person too. Like he's got his head on tight, he's helpful, he's hope. Thanks for coming, Zoe. I'll see you next time. Okay, focus, guys. Focus. This is the current bracket. I know you can't really see this, but so we see that Portugal and Spain are going to play each other. Wait, hold on. Yeah. This is the current bracket because of people who've already played, right? Or about to play. So we got Canada and Morocco. Morocco moved forward. France and Paraguay. France moved forward. We got Portugal and Spain. I think Spain's going to win. We got United States and Belgium. United States is going to win. Then we have Brazil and Norway. I'm gonna say Brazil. I think Brazil and Norway are gonna go to PKs. Just subscribe because of your answer. Oh, thanks, Brian. Are my lips original? I have never gotten that question before. Yes, these are natural. I'm sure you meant like, are they natural? Like, did I get lip fillers? No, never. Just got good genes. Okay, anyway, it's very strange. What does that even mean? I'm not answering that question. Bro said original like it's a flavor. I think he just used the wrong adjective, I guess. Brazil just lost. Wait, hold on. Did they already play? Brazil lost? Oh my goodness. But honestly, I'm not surprised because their team wasn't that good this year. You know, they've been better. They've been a lot better in other years. Maybe he meant they never have they ever been donated. What are you talking about? Africa got disqualified, so I'm not interested. Well, technically, Africa is still in there. Morocco, North Africa, France. Their whole offensive team is pretty much African. So I know what you mean. You mean like an actual like West African, maybe Central African country. I get it. I get it. Talk about dark skin African. I get you. I get you. Can you let your hair out? I'm trying to see some. No. What you trying to see, huh? What exactly are you trying to see? Okay. Anyway, can y'all focus? Hello, we have a bracket to focus on. Okay. So apparently, apparently Brazil already lost. Disappointed, not surprised. Okay. Mexico versus England. Done and dusted. Norway wins. Okay. Okay. Hello. Who's winning? Mexico or England? Oh my god! I'm excited. I'm excited. Mexico or England? I feel like if Mexico plays in Mexico, I think they're gonna win. That's like home court advantage. They got the energy. They want to. They would want to beat England for sure. Yeah, Mexico's gonna beat England. Argentina versus Egypt. Switzerland and Colombia. I think Argentina's gonna beat Egypt. I think I haven't seen Switzerland play, so I can't say. Um, yeah, Mexico. They're probably gonna win tonight. They play at 5 today. Yeah, and so Spain, U.S., Norway, Mexico. I don't know. England could win it too, though. Ooh, my God. Okay, Argentina. I've never seen Switzerland play. I can't say who's gonna beat them. Switzerland or Colombia? Who's gonna win? Colombia or Switzerland? I don't know anything about Switzerland. Wow, this is crazy. I'm actually most excited for the France Morocco game of the quarterfinals. That's going to be a really good game. This is how far Morocco made it last time. France and Morocco. Wait. Oh no, Morocco made it to semis last time. They lost to France in the semis. I'm pretty sure that's what happened, right? If you guys remember, did Morocco lose to France in the semifinals in 2022? Because they're playing them in the quarterfinals. Yeah. So I'm sure Morocco has a chip on their shoulder. They got something to prove. This is gonna be a good game. They got something to prove for sure. Hey y'all, welcome in. We're talking about World Cup stuff. And if you're new to the channel, I'm Sadika, and I provide content for those who are in their 20s and 30s to improve their communication and social skills, to see better outcomes and their networking, their social life, and their dating. Okay, so if that sounds like your cup of tea, come check me out, subscribe, join the Soul Tribe. Lots of wisdom and information over here. All right. But today, since it's the World Cup game day, okay, yeah, I'm excited. Does anyone plan on watching the Mexico England game today? Let me know. I'm curious. Norway beat Brazil 2-1. Ah, dang. Like I said, I'm not surprised because Brazil wasn't that strong this time. Just finished. Ah, okay. Okay. So then, what did we just say? So if Norway moves on, which they are, Norway is going to play. Whoever wins today for Mexico and England will play Norway. You might be surprised. I feel like Norway could actually make it to the finals, low key. Hi, Selena. And yeah, they could make it to the finals. Patiently waiting for Portugal to lose. Why do you hate Cristiano Ronaldo so bad, Brian? You know, so funny. Everybody loves Messi, but it seems like most people hate Ronaldo. I have a theory. You want to know what my theory is? I think people don't like Cristiano because he's considered good looking. And they're like, dude, how did you get legendary status and looks? It's not fair. That's probably what guys think. Let me know if I'm right a little bit. I know the girls love Cristiano Ronaldo. They're like, I like when I was in like middle school, high school, they're like, oh my god, Ronaldo. Oh my god, he's so cute. I never thought he was that cute, but he's obviously like, you know, considered better looking in comparison to Messi, you know. Good looks and does that describe you? Good looks and status? Sure. John Doe says, where you from? I'm from Southern California, sir. Where are you from? It's such a beautiful day outside. And now I have energy because I have ice cream in my system. I got sugar energy. Mm-mm-mm-mm. Someone's gotta take the lead tonight. Who's it gonna be? Um, so there was a watch party that was gonna be downtown. Speaking of, I just got a text message and someone's like, I might have an extra ticket. That's funny. We'll see. We'll see. There's a watch party, like a really, really, really big watch party for Mexico versus England tonight. And obviously, with me living in Southern California, the Mexican population is really, really big. So all of the watch parties are going to be popping. Like, I mean, like how Scotland took over Boston is going to be how it's going to be here for Mexico versus England. But for Mexicans, right? So, um, If I can get a ticket, I'll go. But my neighbor just sent me a link and it was completely sold out. So if he can get me a ticket, then I'll go. I'm getting to your comment in just a minute, Neon. Y'all always got something to say. Okay. Have you incorporated AI in your business or your channel? I use AI. Like I was using AI at the coffee shop today. So before leaving, do I think USA will make it to the finals? No. As much as I want us to win, as much as I want to see us go really far, we're gonna have to pull a Cabo Verde to make it to the finals. Let's be for real. USA, on terms of technicality individually, there's about two or three players that are technically gifted as far as like developed. Whereas France's offensive team, for example, their whole team is offensive stacked technically, right? What else? Who else? And France has good defense too. I didn't realize that till yesterday. Anyway, yeah. Do you think we're gonna make it to the finals, Brian? I'm curious. Okay, so not to you, Neon. What kind of vibe are you talking about? He says, for you guys watching later after this is posted, he said, all them black Cali girls have a certain vibe. What kind of vibe is that? Let me know. What is that vibe? I'm not gonna lie to you. I feel like it is a vibe, to be honest, but let me consider how to describe it. Oh, wow, this is a consensus amongst different demographics. The Cali girl vibes are different depending on the area they live in. Here's what I will say. Having been to different parts of the US, I usually don't tell people where I'm from. And especially if they look like me, because I feel like I get judged a little bit. I feel like they think I'm not like I'm not like them or something. So I usually just say I'll choose a city that has a little bit more of us, like Los Angeles or Oakland, even though I'm not those cities. I just lie. I figured you're from the South. What state are you from, Neon? My dad is from South Carolina. I never been, but he's from there. Even though he spent 50 plus years of his life here in California, that's where he's from, and he still has memories of South Carolina. My great aunt is still here from South Carolina. My mom's side is originally from Oklahoma. Like I almost feel like I have to prove my southernness. That's the funny part. Even though I'm not southern, I still have some southern heritage passed down to me from my grandmother. Ryan Coogler is from Oakland, so but you aren't like them. Don't you advocate for being your true self? Well, I don't know what he means. Like when he says what kind of I don't know what vibe I give. So I am my true self, but if I do recognize that being from a certain place, I probably do have a similar vibe to what he's experienced, right? Like people from New York have a certain vibe too. Do they not? I know, like, listen, being from the city, California, Southern California, where I live, I know when I meet somebody else that, you know, they don't even have to look like me, but especially when they do, I know when they're from a different state. I know when they're from New York. I know when they're from the South. I know when they're from the Midwest. It's there's a different energy, or you know. John says, "Are you FBA?" I don't want to answer this question. Are you asking if my lineage is in America? Yes. I think USA will lose to Belgium. You think US is going to lose to Belgium? That's not the spirit, Brian. You should have asked me that question. Not did I think out they were going to make it to the finals. I don't think they're going to make it to the finals, but they're going to beat Belgium. South Carolina is dope. They still smoke inside restaurants. Do they really? That's old school. Very much so. Okay, hold on. Y'all talking about two different things. Let me do one at a time. Do a quick prediction on which countries will make it to the finals. Even though I want it to be different, it might be another France Argentina game. But there's got to be at least one upset this tournament. FIFA has to allow one upset. And if they prefer to, I have these my theories about FIFA. I think they're kind of scammy, and they want teams that are like known to win to keep winning because that's where all their money is. Like all their money is in Messi and his commercials and his deals and stuff like that. You got it's a business. So I think they could not Cabo Verde being the winners that night could not happen. Could not happen. They were like, yeah, no. So anyway, if there's going to be an upset between the two powerhouses, which I think left are Spain are France and Argentina, if they were to allow one upset, if they're gonna have that, they're gonna allow that upset to be France. So that said, I say that to say it could be another France Argentina final like we saw last 2022, or it could be an upset, and that upset could be pulled by pulling France out and being Argentina and Morocco, for example, in the finals. Does that make sense? See, these questions are not, the questions you're asking me, they're not 100% based on who's good. I'm also recognizing there's a bigger system at play, and it's FIFA. And they are always got their hand in something. Who you are is dependent on your environment. You give Southern Cali vibes. Cool. I've heard I do. Is that a good thing? I think it's a good thing. Do you think it's a good thing? I think it's a great thing. You know why? Because we're chill. We like the sun. We like the beach. Those are two important elements to survive. We. What else? We smile at people. Maybe a little arrogant. But that's just because I'm a Leo, so. The Midwest and the South have their own subculture as well, since there's large swaths of area versus describing someone specifically Cali or specifically New York, for example. Very much so, Marcus. There's subsets within the. In California is big. It's like this long on the freaking map. So we could be split up into three regions: super northern California, close to Oregon, Bay Area slash Central California, but those are still two different places. So it really could be four, and then Southern California. But then even there's Central Southern California, like Santa Barbara, San Luis Obispo, all those like they're still considered Southern California, but they're not considered like the real Southern California, like Los Angeles, San Diego, Inland Empire. Like we're our own little spot down here. And then even those places are so different. It's just way too big to really say. But I will say that I can always tell when somebody's from Northern California. When they're from the Bay Area, like I know when somebody's from San Francisco or Oakland, they do have a different vibe up there. And it's because they don't have the beach. They can't wear less clothes like we can because it's hot it's mostly hot down here. Their beaches are freezing cold. So it's a different culture. They dress differently, they talk differently. But yeah. Are you accusing FIFA of foul play? I am. Armani. Yes, I am. I 100% am. Is your favorite color light blue? You know, I don't have a favorite color, but if you're asking because of my earrings, I do like light blue, yes. Yeah, it gives you're not gonna get mad or trip on some fish. You never said where you were from. SSJ Neon. Leos are spicy. You think France could win the whole thing? I think so too. Hi, well done. Nice to see you in a good mood. Thank you, Scan World. How are you? Y'all, Scan, that's my dog for sure. Scan doesn't really speak English, but he or she always leaves me kind messages and he translates them from Russian to English. Ah. I don't even know if that's a guy or a girl. I think it's a guy. Scan, you're a guy, right? I always forget. Like, I grew up in Western Tennessee and Eastern Arkansas. Southern Louisiana people are Kentucky people on some complete other ish, but also Southern. I don't like the NorCal accent. Oakland people sound so lame to me. Dang, Marcus. I didn't say all of that. So you think Ryan Coogler sounds lame? He's like peak Oakland. He is like, it's so weird because it's like he never left. He sounds like he's straight out of Oakland. Do you think Ryan Coogler's accent, besides he kind of has a speech impediment, just a little bit, but besides his speech impediment, do you think his accent is lame? He is Oakland to the T. Have you ever gone through a Valley Girl phase? No. Maybe a little bit. I mean, I'm from Southern California, so most people will say that I have that accent anyway. But definitely not like, oh my God, what do you mean? Are you serious? Oh, please. That is not true. We're not doing that. Yeah. No, yeah. 100%. No, exactly. Exactly. Never that. Never that. Marcus! Oh my God. You said Ryan Coogler? No, 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 no. I cannot take. I'm not even from Oakland. My dad has family in Oakland, so we're up there often. Oakland, Richmond, and Fairfield. Um, and you say no, I can't tolerate that slander. That felt personal. Oh my goodness. Ryan Coogler sounds whack. Marshawn Lynch sounds whack. No, 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 no. You wild for that. You look like Renee Elise Goldsberry. Angelica, I don't know who that is, but thank you. Why I can't type on expensive Z Fold phone, but I can't I can type on my cheap $35 phone. I don't know, Rob. What you mean? Bye, Brian. See you. Thanks for subscribing. But I also detest Wisconsin and Michigan accents. I'm an equal opportunity hater. Marcus is holding no prisoners today. Let me see who that is. What did you say? Renee Elise Goldsberry. Did you just make that name up, Angelica, or is that a real person? Did my computer just freeze? Come on now. It froze. My computer froze. Wait, hold on. Hold on. Renee is a 55-year-old. What's cooking good looking? What's cooking? Nothing's cooking. But thank you for calling me good looking. I appreciate that. Like young Renee. Okay, I have to look that person up, but my computer wants to freeze on me. Like, why is it hating like this? It's crazy. No wonder there's a heat wave. It is pretty hot outside. How's that cream? Good. I ate it already, but it was really delicious. If that whole tub is gone, it's because of me. Rob, are you flexing your Z Fold phone? Like, is that what's going on right now? Like, Z Fold phone. Like, is this a phone I need to know about? Like, what are we talking about? Like, what are we talking about? Yes, I know Scan World. I actually mentioned that your English is that you speak Russian. That's okay. Thank you for saying that. You didn't get it. I did get it. Where are you from? I am from Southern California. Please don't try to impress Princess Dika. What do you mean? Why can't they impress me? I'm about to start flexing my Z Fold now, since it caught your attention. Oh, about the phone? Oh. Oh, you guys are so funny today. What's up, Dakota? My computer really froze. Just kidding. Had y'all in the first half. So Z Fold, is that, I just saw, who did I just see? Somebody fold their screen and open. Where was I? I just saw somebody with a phone like that. Maybe that's what they had. But a foldable screen is crazy. Like, what? Preparing for another week of work connections. Nice. How was your fourth? It was good. So yesterday I watched the France versus Paraguay game at this bar. Free drinks. Love that for me. And yesterday after that, picked up my sister, and then we came over here, and my neighbor had a barbecue on the rooftop. It was nice. Rooftop, fireworks. It was cool. It was cool. How was yours? Azing Safe Fella said, "Where is my boyfriend?" Girl, you might find her and find him in here. So you never know. You know, you guys can connect with each other in here too. You know that, right? Like that's why I do this too. Like, this is a tribe, right? Soul Tribe. Welcome to the Soul Tribe, by the way. So y'all can connect not just with me, but with each other. Just putting that out there. Thank you, Arian. I'm always supporting. My mama, you was fine. Thank you, Scott. The reason that's the only reason I still come here. It's the only reason. Okay. Well, that's good. Has anyone ever connected with each other offline before? Like, have you guys, Armani, you've been here for a while. Like, you've been coming to my lives for, gosh, I want to say like, what, maybe 2 years now? Have you ever connected with anybody else outside of me? Anyone else in the Soul Tribe have you connected with? Like on Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, whatever. It's okay if not. I'm just curious. Thanks, Dakota. Ready for my on the double. What is on the double? No, we haven't. Comment on your short video. You talking about my bed? This is a queen size. Whatever. Oh, you haven't connected? You feel like it's not okay to connect with other people? Why not? You connected with a few people, but it was a bad experience. Rob, no, you haven't. Why are you lying? No, we haven't. Javante, why are you yelling at me? Thank you, Scott. Like, okay, so you haven't done social media, so you haven't. Okay, that's cool. You know. All right, so check this out, you guys. I'm gonna make a freebie. I'm gonna make a freebie of all the things that I say to strangers to help them get me to participate in my videos, what I say to people to help them like help me MC their events. So I can make like a networking freebie. I can make all the things I say to people to get dates. All the things that I say. Because I've been on a lot of wholesome dates. A lot. There's a lot of guys in here though, so I have to think about you guys are the opposite. Like what would you guys? I can make a freebie for you guys too. If you're interested in getting dates with women, I can make a freebie and I can email you guys like scenarios, list of things to say, how to connect, make someone trust you. I want to make that for you guys. Because no shade. Y'all been in here saying some crazy stuff. I'm like, is that working for you in real life? I'm just curious. Because if you want like real results, you want to get dates, maybe you just want to be a serial dater. I don't know. Maybe you're not looking for a long term relationship. Maybe you just want to be a serial dater. Like, that's cool too. But if you can't even get dates, We can email, but won't be about how you can get me women. What would it be about then, Dakota? How you can get me women. Armani said it takes a serial dater to advise others. Facts. Hi, Jamar. Thank you, Shamsu. Here's the thing. If you guys came to me on, if any of you in here were married or are married, you would not come to me for advice. Can't give you that advice. If you guys have been in like super duper long term relationships, you want, and I could give you advice on people's psychology, which could help, but I wouldn't be giving you advice based on specific experience. I've never been married. I don't know if I want to. And yeah, but I could give you advice on how to get dates, how to get multiple dates, and how to have chemistry with people and build relationships for longevity, for business, friendships, things like that. Are you related to Candace Owens? Yeah, she's my cousin on my mom's side. Tyrell. That's like the common question I get all the time. Candace Owens, Candace Owens. Building a bond. I see, Dakota. Okay. What is your longest relationship? Ooh. Like I said, I'm not a relationship coach. My longest relationship, truthfully, I think like 7.5 months. I'm not a long-term relationship person. Not that I won't do it. It's just I haven't found someone that I want to be in a very long-term relationship with. Maybe I'm the problem, right? But what I know how to talk to people. I know how to get people's attention. I know how to pique people's interests. I know how to make people feel heard and seen and acknowledged and honored. And that goes a long way. Long, 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 long way. The problem is that other people don't know how to do that. So that's why my channel is focused on helping people improve their communication and social skills to prove the outcomes of their networking, their dating, and making friends. She don't really have long-term relationships. She just long-term flings. What are you searching for? Does it exist? Not one person has matched your energy. You're still alive. You're putting in the hours. When people go live, I mean, I usually go live for at least an hour and a half. I also haven't been live in a long time. You're still back though. You keep coming back. I see that you like it over here. Hi, Martin Show King. Hello, Derek. Um, but hold on, let me see. What did you say? What are you searching for? Does it exist? Not one person has matched your energy. Why would I not? You're cool as hell. Thank you. Um, I gotta make it out to Scotland one of these days so I can dance to bagpipes. Okay, hold on. Focus on the question. Dakota asked me, "Does what am I looking for? Does it exist?" Armani said, "Has anybody ever matched my energy?" You know what I think it is? Hold on, let me get to you guys' other questions in a minute. Let's focus on what I'm saying right now. You want to think the reason why I haven't committed to a super duper long term relationship before, especially recently, um, is people I feel like don't know how to make people feel safe. Like people don't know how to create opportunities for others to be vulnerable. Does that make sense? So if I sense shiftiness, if I sense ingenuity, if I sense all types of stuff, like there's a lot of things that make me think I'm not committed to that. I'm not committing to that. And it's just it takes a certain kind of person to make me think this is someone who I want to open up to. This is someone that I want to call mine publicly at that. This is someone that I want to share with my colleagues, my family. I'm not just, no, no. So I think the biggest thing is that in the beginning stages, a lot of, I think a lot of guys today don't really want commitment anyway. So if they don't want commitment, where would I be getting that? You know what I'm saying? There are some out there that do, right? There's some out there that definitely do, but then are we compatible? Are we compatible? Do we have similar morals, long term values, things like that? Because you guys asked me about long term, takes two to tango. So, anyway, I got kind of deep. I just rather be single. I mean, I don't necessarily rather. I do know that it's easier to be single, but life isn't meant to be like easy, right? I think you're meant to share your life with people and someone. So I wouldn't be against not being, but it definitely has to be mutually enriching. I have a very interesting life on my own, even though I love people, and that's why I do this, and I connect with people in real life all the time. Um, correct, Dakota. Exactly. Exactly. Um, thank you, Shu Wei Yi. Thank you. I'm gonna get to you guys' other questions in a minute, but I want to segue off of this, and then I'll answer your other questions. So that you guys' questions, Dakota Armani, you guys got me thinking. But I recognize when I look back over the last couple of years, it's like, okay, why have I avoided or not committed to a long term relationship? I told this story once before. Even with your childhood sweetheart since you're 15, you're 30 now. That's amazing. Happy for you guys. That is ideal in my head. Thanks, James. Wait, Marcus, did you just ruin the game? What the heck? You just ruined the outcome? You guys, don't spoil the game. I'm on Pacific time. Wait, that doesn't make any sense. What time is this game? How are you already seeing the game? Oh, okay. Oh my God, Marcus! I thought you just ruined the freaking. Oh my goodness! I thought Marcus just ruined the game for Mexico. I was about to be so mad. But yes, he was talking to UK up here. The guy with his name, UK number one troll. I must be mad at you. You see how I'm invested into this World Cup, right? Like that's how. Oh my gosh. I was ready to start duking it out, Marcus. Hmm. See, you thought it was about the game too, but he was congratulating you. But I agree. Congratulations on you guys' long term cute relationship. Dakota, I'm ready to agree with anything you say, Sadiq. That's funny. Um, what was I saying before? You know the problem with you guys, and my problem is that you guys be talking about six different things at one time, and then I be going with it. So I'm just like, what was I saying? Hi, Isaiah. But I have to engage you guys too. Hello, the King, 43. Why you gotta be single and you don't want any of us? Rob said, why would you rather be single and you don't want any of us? What are you talking about? Rob taking it personal. Yes, UK, we are. This is your soul tribe. This is where you want to be all the time. How you don't want to see. Thanks, the king. Absolutely. Okay. Well, no. It wasn't that I'd rather be single. It's just that you have to be friends with someone before you can be with them romantically, right? So I recognize that a lot of guys don't want to be friends. I'm not saying like it's got to be like super duper like friend zone in the beginning, but the foundation of any relationship is some type of a friendship, right? Even if it's a business partnership, there's that morality of friends, and friends are genuine with each other. Friends can trust each other. You know what I'm saying? And so people's partners are usually their best friends. We can be friends. Dakota, are you hitting on me? Yeah. So I hope that answers your questions. Let's see. Man, you gotta be nice to women as friends first before y'all start dating. Exactly. And you know what I think too? I think the guys are not getting as much action as they used to. Maybe they're just, you know, that department has slowed down a lot for a lot of people. So now they're just kind of quick to just be like, hey, let's, like they just want that one thing, and it's, I don't know, it's just not. Like, what else are you about, you know? I like depth. I like depth. Scan World. Um, I don't know about the events in California. I haven't seen any. I'm also not in the right city, unfortunately. I think they're being held in LA, if at all. But a lot of these games are being held Florida, Philadelphia, New York, New Jersey, I think Los Angeles, Mexico, Canada. So but the local people are very excited about it. Are you really saying men and women can't be friends? I never said that, Armani. You said that. Because I'm actually saying that we can be, but I don't think we can be without romance. That I know. I'm smart enough to know that. Men and women cannot be friends without romance. I know that for a fact. But we should be friends as well. We Rob, what are you talking about? My wife is my best friend. She is my rock, my everything. That's amazing. I love that. Unless I see you around, maybe. Deaf can be just friends. No, we cannot, Dilla. Man can be friends without romance. No, you guys can't. Listen, let me tell you guys what I know about men. What? Let me tell you something I know about men. Hold on. Let me tell you guys about yourselves really quickly. And I mean this in the most respectful way. This is just the nature of you guys that I believe. The only time a man who's a total stranger, a straight man, we're talking about straight men right now, a straight man, the only time a straight man talks to me is if he's interested in me. Period. The end. Period. The end. On top of that, if he's my coworker, okay, here are the times that men will talk to me. He's a family member, he's my neighbor, he's my coworker, he works in a profession where I have to talk to him and he has to talk to me. Cash register, bank teller. These are the times that men will talk to me when I know them. When I don't know them, if they're not any of these things, and I'm out in public like I was today at a coffee shop, minding my business, the only time he talks to me, if he's not any of those things I just said, is if he's interested in me in some kind of romantic way. Doesn't mean long term, doesn't mean short term, just that is the only time. If it's not those things I just said, he's a total stranger and he's talking to me, he's interested. Period. The end. I have figured you guys out, and not in a bad way. That is just your nature. It's not slander, it's not any of that stuff. It's just the truth. Hey, I'm not mad at it. It is what it is. Scan, my paintings are on this side. I'll show you guys later. Why buy the cow if I can get the milk for free? Hey, Christopher, that's what you're about, dude. All good. Yeah, what about friends since childhood? Yeah, friends since childhood. But that example is part of knowing somebody. Look at Marcus telling the truth. That's true for all men. No man wants to just be your friend. He's secretly waiting to get any piece of action from you he can. Exactly. Weren't you and that fancy Lamborghini guy just friends? We were business colleagues, but what ended up happening? He ended up asking me on a date because he was interested the whole time. See? Okay, Angelo, preaching. When you don't know women, what is it that you made you speak to a lady? Exactly, it's attraction. Exactly, Christopher. Because milk doesn't give you the essentials for life that the cow does. That's a good point, Dakota. It's like if you just want the milk, yes. Can you just joining here? Thank you. Welcome. Yes, I do these myself. I do these myself. These are me. Thank you. Um, we're talking about. They were asking me about my relationship status and why I have not been in a long term relationship in a while. On top of how men are, how men can be. Little hummingbird. By the way, I give tips on communication and social skills to women in their 20s and 30s to help them improve their networking, dating, and social skills. Okay? If that's your cup of tea, stick around. Subscribe, join the Soul Tribe, all the things. But anyway, shameless plug there. Back to what Dakota was saying, because I like that. If you want just a glass of milk, then you don't have to buy the cow. But if you want something that's going to keep producing milk, then you buy the cow. Or you can just keep getting milk from a bunch of different cows. See, so it's kind of like that. Like, okay, I can buy one cow and keep getting milk from that same cow. Or I could just go to a cow and get milk once from that cow, get milk once from that cow, get milk once from that cow. Like, okay, sure. And that depends on the type of person. If you just want to get a glass of milk from every single cow, that's just kind of how that person is. But if you'd rather invest in the cow, have the cow in your possession, take care of the cow, that cow's going to keep producing milk, right? It's like an investment. You got people who invest, and then you got people who just buy once. That's a good analogy. Yeah. There's people who invest long term and keep receiving dividends from that one investment. Or there's people who just buy once. Those are consumers. You got investors, you got consumers. Consumers just get the milk. That's it. Investors invest into the cow and sow into it, and it'll keep producing. Yeah, and it also will create more loyalty that way too. That cow will be loyal to that person because they've been invested into, taken care of, acknowledged, protected, right? So it's just a mindset thing. Are you a consumer or are you an investor? Yeah, you can talk without romance for sure. Um, why do we think women and men want to look a certain way when out? It's because it increases attraction to more potential mates. I want to look handsome to ladies to get some women want their version. Exactly. Keep spitting that game. I'm learning. That's what's up, Bliss Harmony. You have a good 30 plus years to develop your worldview, so I understand your conviction. That said, do you have the full story? What do you mean, do I have the full story? That's true, Angelo. I mean, someone that I feel like is going to be a good match for me and what I'm looking for. I think naturally that's going to happen. I'll be that for them as well. Hi, Samoya. Scan says, should a girl be a support for a guy in the obstacles and difficulties that he faces in order to support him in a difficult moment or not? What do you think? I think a partner should do that. Don't you think so? Like if you're in a long-term committed partnership, yeah, I think both partners should commit to each other and in the instance they're facing obstacles. But are you asking if a girl should just do that or if in a partnership people should do that? I think in a partnership people should do that for sure. Or else what are you doing? You know, you're in a partnership, you're in a marriage, you're in a long term relationship. Life is gonna throw stuff at you. You know, and it's like why would people be committed to each other if they don't have a support system within that dynamic? That doesn't make sense to me. But a real support system through tough times is what a should be for, to help make each other's lives easier. We need each other in this world, this life, to be supported. So that's my pageant answer. Thank you, Miss USA. Thank you. You're all so beautiful. Thank you, Angelo. Exactly. Partners support each other. Tika hasn't found a man who challenges her intellectually. Okay, let me tell you guys a quick story. I was surprised by myself. Maybe I told this story already, but I'm gonna tell you guys a quick story. A little bit ago, I was out playing soccer, like pickup soccer or football, whatever. Listen to the story, y'all. Don't be typing too much. I was out here playing soccer with a group I always play pickup soccer with. And one Saturday morning, I get out there, put my cleats on, I'm about to start playing, and as I'm playing, this guy is just looking at me. And I'm like, who is this guy? Why is he looking at me like that? Then he goes, at the end of the game, or during the game, he's on the other team. He goes, oh, yeah, nice day out here, isn't it? And I was like, you're on the other team. I'm competitive. What are you talking about? Like, you're trying to, like, get my guard down so I can not play well. I was like, yeah, huh, good game. I'm about to beat you though, but yeah, good game. Anyway, so then after the game, he's just like, so you come out here a lot, you know, what's going on? How's it going? Like, you know, maybe we can get like brunch. What are you doing after this? Want to get brunch? And I was like, yeah, no, right? But then he keeps talking and talking, and he goes, "Well, we don't have to do it today. If you want to get brunch another time, we can try to get together, and I'd love to get to know you," is what he said, right? I said, "Okay, fine." So then he said, "Can I just give you my number, and if you want to text me, you can, whatever." So I said, "Okay." So he gave me his number, and I thought about it, like maybe I'll text him, just see what he's about, right? So then I texted the guy. So I texted him. I was like, "Hey, it's me, Sadiqa from soccer," and he goes, "Oh, hey, I'm so glad you texted me." Blah 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 blah. While he's on the field, he looks like he's not playing very well. He's kind of gumpy looking, right? And I'm just like, let me just see what he's about because I'm about character. Okay, I'm about sometimes the best people are not how they look. We talk on the phone. We're getting to know each other. He seems cool, whatever, whatever. Then he's like, I'd love to take you out sometime. And I said, okay. So then we schedule a date and we go to this really cool place. It's kind of like a Dave and Buster's, but not really. It's like a more like Midwestern version of Dave and Buster's. They've got like bowling, they have all these old school games. It's a really cool place. So we schedule each other to meet there. And after work, I get there, I meet him. This man is wearing like a suit and he has a briefcase. And I'm like, we're going to this like arcade place. What are you dressed in a suit? And he goes, oh yeah, I'm a lawyer. And I go, oh, okay, cool, right? But he looks completely different, like a completely different person. And I was like, who is this? That was not the guy on the field that I had just met. He was completely different. And like immediately I was just kind of like, he's like taller somehow. I didn't know what happened, but he just turned into a different person. We have that our night together. We're having fun. We're playing bowling. The food is great. The conversation is great. It was so much fun. And I'm like, and then I found out him and I have the exact same birthday. I was like, whoa, 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 whoa. Who is this guy? The exact same month and day, August 19th. Yeah. And it worked, Angelo. It worked, right? So then afterwards, he goes, oh, after the date, he was like, hey, I had a really good time. We should keep in touch, blah, blah, blah. I said, yeah, we should, right? And this at this point in my head, I'm thinking, is this fate? Like, oh my god, we have the same birthday. Like, what's going on here? Like, this is crazy. Like, I'm being a girl. I'm in my head, right? And and then what happened after that? Oh yes, then he texts me saying, hey, I'm actually gonna go on vacation to Jamaica, but I'll be back, right? So then I'm like, okay, cool, have fun, blah 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 blah. He goes to Jamaica. He's texting me pictures of, him out there enjoying himself, and I'm like, oh, that looks like fun. Enjoy yourself, whatever. Okay. A week goes by. I'm sure his vacation was only a week. He comes back. I think. I don't know. I'm assuming he's back. It's been a week. He told me he'd be on the vacation for a week. I don't really hear from him, and I'm like, that's fine, because I just want to see what he's gonna do. Is he gonna go on vacation, come back and text me, or is he gonna go on vacation, forget about it, and move on? I wanted to see. So, in between then, I'm at a coffee shop. I meet this girl. Her and I just start talking. That's just I talk to strangers all the time, you guys. And I was like, I want to hang out with a girlfriend, like a gal pal. So her and I start talking. And then we exchange contact info, and then her and I arranged to meet for drinks downtown. Okay. The day her and I meet up and get for drinks, we're sitting at the bar, and I look to the left, and I'm like, that guy looks familiar, but I don't really think much about it. Next thing you know, the bartender sends two drinks over to us. And I'm like, who do these drinks come from? And he goes, oh, they're from that gentleman down there. I look down, and it's the guy that I went on a date with. And I was like, what the heck? Like, what are the odds of him being here, right? So then he comes over, and he's just like, fancy meeting you here. And I was like, yeah, what are you doing here? How was your vacation? All the things, blah, 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 blah. And the girl I'm with, she's like super impressed. She's like, oh my God, he just sent us drinks. And I was like, yeah, that's kind of him. But she was like, that's never happened to me before. And I was like, girl, hang out with me a little bit more. It's not happening all the time. Whatever, not the point. Then I find myself like, I mean, you guys are funny. I find myself thinking, I have a crush on this guy, right? I'm thinking, oh my gosh, like he he's wearing his suit again. He looks really good in his suit. I'm just like, oh my god, this guy's like, oh my god, I love a man in uniform. Okay, so he looks really good in his suit. He sent us drinks over, and then he comes over and starts chatting with us. And I find myself, you guys, listen, I find myself getting possessive because the girl that I'm with, she has a long term boyfriend, but him and her were like talking, And I said, I'm just gonna go to the bathroom. So I go to the bathroom, I come back, and they're like talking to each other. And I'm like, am I getting jealous? Like, what's going on with me? I'm just sharing with you guys the vulnerable side, okay, of myself. This never happens. I've never felt this way before. So I find, I'm not gonna tell you guys all this part. I find myself getting a little jealous, right? I'm just like, yeah, no, he's mine. Even though she has a boyfriend, right? I didn't say anything, but I'm just like, what is he gonna do? Like, is he gonna? I just got jealous. Anyway, so then all of a sudden he goes, "Let's dance," right? Because this is kind of like a salsa bar restaurant place. And so we start dancing a little bit, right? Then after that, he was just like, "I'd love to take you out again," and I was like, "Okay, why didn't you text me that?" So then he texts me that little bit later. He says, "Hey, let's arrange to go to dinner." So we go to dinner, and then he goes, anyway, the dinner was great. I chose the place. He told me to choose the place, so I did. Choose the place. I get to the restaurant. He's waiting there with a dozen roses on the table. And I'm like, this guy's pulling out all the stops, okay? Sitting at the table. A couple sends us drinks. A couple we don't even know, sitting at the bar, sends us drinks to our table. I have no idea. The manager at the restaurant sends us drinks to our table. Anyway, then he asks me, what are you looking for? Levi says, get to the point. Listen, I have to paint the picture. He asked me, what am I looking for? And I said, well, ultimately, I would like a long term relationship. Mind you, I don't use that word that often. The R word, I don't do that. Eventually, I don't want to be with somebody, right? And then he goes, okay. I said, what are you looking for? And he goes, well, I couldn't even tell you what he said. It was a word salad. It was just a word salad. And I was just like, whenever it's a word salad like that, it means they're not looking for anything long term, nothing serious, and nothing committed. So after I listened to him give me that word salad, I just got over it. I was like, whatever. I'm not sure what you just said. He said the words intentional. He said the words have fun, but he also said the words I forget what else he said. So I said, "Are you in? So are you looking to have fun intentionally?" Pretty much, Levi. Exactly. So I was kind of disappointed because I didn't want to hear those words. I wanted him to hear. I wanted to hear what I wanted, but that's not what he said. Anyway, the food's great. Our conversation is great. And after dinner, he calls me an Uber. And it was so weird because he like gives me my roses and I'm like reaching for a hug and he's kind of just like not giving me a hug. And I was like, why do I feel like I was the one reaching for the hug? Like he didn't reciprocate. And I thought to myself, that's weird. But I think that was his way of like kind of showing that he was not looking to move forward because I think he realized that I wasn't looking for what he was looking for. No, 100%. Hummingbird. I wasn't super devastated. I recognize that anyone that is not ready to move forward, they're not for me, right? And there's a reason for why we didn't connect. He probably didn't have the best intentions. He's just really good at whining and dining, really good at showing up in his. Do you know how many women he probably gets? Do you know how many women he probably gets as a lawyer, dressed well, has money, he's great conversation. Like what woman doesn't want those things? You know what I'm saying? So he realizes that, and he was not and is not looking for a long-term commitment. He just wants to reap the benefits of where he's positioned himself, and he wants the milk. He's not the investor, he's the consumer, right? Now, in his personal life, he invests. He had some stuff going on for him, good for him. But when it comes to women, he was not the investor, he was the consumer. So this was all to go back to that point. And it also was to show that certain types of people can bring certain things out of you, because I saw some jealousy in myself I didn't even know was there. Because I wanted what he was providing. I wanted him. I wanted him. I wanted that. I was like, I want that. I want that. But he was not what I wanted, in the sense of what I was looking for. And it didn't make sense to me to get involved with someone like that, who I know was not looking for anything like what I was looking for. Because I could just end up hurting myself, you know? So, a long story short is that part of the reasons for why I haven't committed to anything or situationships or anything like that is because I'm not going to invest my emotions in someone that can't give me what I'm looking for. Marcus, you like this guy? You think he sounds cool? Marcus said he sounds awesome. No, I agree with you 100%. Like, going back to what Hummingbird said, like, I realized I didn't start, like, I was like, oh my God, you didn't text me. Like, I wasn't tripping like that. But it was a nice surprise for him and I to meet, for us to have 2 great dates and then just move on, and not commit myself to something that I knew wasn't going to go anywhere, or at least from the way I wanted it to go. You know what I'm saying? Dakota, why do you think I'm overthinking? This was a while ago. Like, I don't, when you say I'm overthinking it, I'm just retelling a story and where I was at that time. You know what I'm saying? And I'm trying to connect it to what we've been saying, the consumer versus the investor, why I haven't been in a long term relationship in a while, things like that. So that was where I was, maybe like, honestly, this was probably already a year and a half ago. But he stood out to me because we had the same birthday. We had a great time. Um, yeah. But I recognize too, one thing I realize now as well is that it's okay to go on dates with people and not expect and not want commitment. Like, I'm not going on dates with people these days and like thinking, oh, maybe he's the one. Like, maybe we're long. No, I don't do that anymore, because I know better now. That everyone goes into everything with different intentions. So if I have an intention and that person's intention doesn't match, that's okay. Maybe that person can just be the person I go out with every once in a while. And the person that I'm looking for, essentially, or the dynamic that I prefer, will come when it's supposed to. Exactly. He's a consumer. Why would he invest in a cow and assume all the responsibility when he's getting tons of milk with no responsibility for many cows? Exactly. So essentially, Marcus, and the rest of you guys here, when you guys ask me, Sidika, why are you still single? Well, at the end of the day, I recognize a lot of men have that mentality. Is that majority of guys have that mentality. Whereas a smaller minority would rather invest in one cow. At the end of the day, it's a two-way street, right? I would have to invest in him at some point to some degree as well. Do I want that? That's a question I have to ask myself. Not just about me, right? In a relationship, I have to care about what he's got going on, his feelings. I have to change up my schedule, what I'm used to doing, when I want, where I want. It's not just what do I want, it's also what he wants. Am I ready for that at this point? You wanted what he offered. When you saw him as him in regular shorts and a tee, you weren't interested. Hence why you got jealous so quickly. If you notice hints of jealousy in guys, I don't know if I agree with that, Dakota. I wanted who I thought he was. He seemed like a man that was like really together, serious about himself, his business, his life. And he was, because he has invested in a lot of different things in his personal life, which I find attractive, right? In turn, yes, that could mean what he offered, but I found as a potential suitor, I found that in itself attractive, very attractive. And I was like, my kind of guy right there. He cares about his future. He cares about his career. He cares about. Um, he seems like he was confident in himself. He was a gentleman. My cup of tea. Thank you, Hummingbird. I appreciate that. Glad that I got out of there unscathed and can share what I learned. Yeah. Rob, I think your lawyer bae relationship didn't work out because y'all had too much in common. Y'all both like soccer, same birthdays, and both like being both like being single. I just told, were you listening, Rob? I was ready to commit to that man. It like after 2 dates. And it's not often I feel that way. I was ready to commit to him. If he would have asked, I would have said yes. Only certain people can make other people feel that way. Sometimes people say, I need to date the person for at least like 2, 3 months, 4 or 5 months. No, I was ready to commit to that man. Had he But again, he just also that it wouldn't have been wise to do that because he was kind of probably putting up a bit of a front, right? Like everybody puts their best foot forward. I don't know who he really was outside of how he presented himself, but he presented himself very, very well. And so I liked his presenting self. It was very, very attractive. Not just how he looked in the face, but how he carried himself and what he seemed to be about. Does that make sense? You're on point. Thank you. Bliss Harmony. Angela, what are you saying? A lot of us men are wolves in sheep's clothing. I believe you, Levi. I believe you. And I think women are starting to realize that, honestly. Is that how do women get sold this idea of a knight in shining armor, but you guys are being told something completely different? That's very concerning, right? Like if we live in a society where women are thinking, "Oh my God, this man's going to sweep me off my feet, and he's going to do this, and he's going to be this. We're going to have true love forever," but that's not the messaging that you guys get or care about. There's conflict, right? So we're under this like illusion and spell of who you guys are supposed to be and who you are, and you guys are getting completely different messaging and probably not getting any messaging at all as far as That's not true. You guys get messaging of who we are as women as well, and who women are supposed to be, right? But I think for both parties, we're realizing maybe this has been like a fantasy fairy tale as far as what people are supposed to be. At the end of the day, I think partnership is the only thing that's left. Can you be someone that is constantly working on themselves and also mindful of the other person in the relationship? To me, that's the question. Forget everything else. Can you be a friend? Can we be partners? Can we not be so self-serving? Can we acknowledge each other? Can we continue loving each other in the different phases of life? When life gets tough, are we going to keep choosing each other? Like that's what matters at the end of the day. And it's a choice. Y'all was both players, but you just didn't want to play no more. Why did you? I was not the player. I'm not a player. What are you guys talking about? He's a player. I wanted. I don't consider myself a player. I consider myself a woman that exists. I consider myself a woman that exists, and I'm open to a relationship with someone if I feel like it's a match. I'm not a player. A player is somebody who is with somebody and then is playing on that person. That's what the player means. Y'all are changing the definition of player. That's not what a player is. I'm single. That's different. Yeah, I wasn't saying that to be critical, but I think sometimes saying I'd like to eventually be in something is potentially scary to someone who has something to lose. There are a lot of crazies out there. What? Dakota, that don't make no sense. No shade. At the end of the day, someone who's also looking to be in a relationship would simply say that. But again, it was a word salad. Sure, he's got assets and all that stuff. That's great. A lot of guys do, but they're married, right? So if he was looking for the same thing, that response would have been, I'm looking for something like that as well. Maybe he also could have said, which I also welcome, because I'm the same way. I'm not just desperate for a relationship. If so, I would have been in a relationship by now. Don't you think? Right? So it would have been like something like, I'm looking for something eventually long term, but I'm going to take my time until I feel like I find the right thing. That's a lot of people say today. And it's true. Take your time, date people, and when you feel like you found a match, you can keep this thing going and see where it goes. Monogamously, right? That would have been a way more welcoming answer than that word salad he gave me. You just want to be single. That's it. Yes, it is. Angela, be quiet. That's not what I said. Y'all misinterpreting what I said. God bless you too, Tracy. Thank you. A large amount of men have that mentality. Many of those who don't would if they had more female options, but most men get zero women, so they will take any cow. Facts. Yes. Hi, Bottlenecki. Hi, Kasuka. Thank you. Yes, 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 yes. I'm missing out on all these messages. Hummingbird. Exactly. Wait, wait, wait. I know you probably said that a long time ago, Hummingbird, but the thing is that you said what I thought in my head. Had I not seen him at that bar, I don't think we would have. I don't think he would have hit me up again. I definitely wasn't gonna hit him up. I don't do that. I let men court and pursue the way that they're supposed to. So if I didn't hit him up, I don't know if he would have hit me up after he went on his trip to Jamaica. Who knows what he was doing out there in Jamaica? He was probably getting all types of girls, flaunting. His money probably goes a bit further out there. So he was like, "Hey, ladies, look what I've got." You're like, "Ooh." Probably not. Yeah. Did your team beat the lawyer team? Yes, we did. Sad state of affairs is what I'm thinking. Stay real. If you were to ask anyone that you care about why they are having a persisting issue, what response will you give them when they blame someone else for their problems? That's a tough question. Dakota, please be quiet. You guys really just be saying anything. This is why, oh my goodness. If the opposite sex, you guys are a different species. I'm not gonna lie to you. You guys just be saying anything. Don't even be listening half the time. Just saying whatever you want to say. You responded to what I've said a little bit, but most of you guys are just, I just, you just both wanted to be single. Yeah, yeah, just both wanted to be single. You both wanted cows and free milk. Yep, you just, no, you're speaking from what you want. You're projecting. I don't want to catch the biggest diamond. This is pre recorded. Every comment that she's reading, I don't see. That's not true. I think I'm just behind on it. You guys are commenting a lot. I'm behind on the comments. Is it a red flag that men who are in their 30s and up that are not in a relationship or have kids or married, do you look at them as if there's something wrong with them, especially if they are attractive? Okay, let me read that question again. If you're still here, what is it a red flag that men who are in their 30s and up that are not in a relationship or have kids or married, do you look at them as if there's something wrong with them, especially if they are attractive? I don't look at them like there's something wrong with them because I recognize that we live in a different time, and so people are getting married less. People are not in long term relationships as much. So I know that things are different, and so I keep that in mind. Um, but I would ask that person in their phase of life, what is it that they're after at this point? Is that something ever on their mind? Would you like that? Do you know what you want? I think most people just don't know what they want. You ask the average person, what do you want? You ask yourself, what do I want? Do you know what you want? Do I know what I want? I'm pretty clear on what I want in this out of this life. Career wise, I'm pretty clear what I want out of this life. Relationship wise, and those are the two biggest things: how you make your money and who you spend most of your time with. right? So I'm pretty clear on those two things for sure. Is this 30 and up person, does he know what he wants? If he knows what he wants and he just feels like he hasn't found it yet, that's one thing. If he's just la 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 la, dabbling around, doesn't know what he wants, yes, I think there's something wrong with him. I think that he is not self-actualized. I think he hasn't sat with himself to ask, what is it that I want out of this life and how am I going to get it? You know how many British Airway planes have flown by? The Brits are taking over, you guys. They're here and they're here to stay. Okay. Hello, Chief. Thank you, Hummingbird. Thank you, Weston. What is your favorite top 10? I just like making you laugh. Good answer, City. Do you always wear eye makeup? Not always. I think men know what they want, and it's definitely not relationships anymore. I agree. I agree. She doesn't want any more male friends after her sharp dressed lawyer rejected her, so every other male after him had to suffer because of what he did to her. Rob, be quiet, please. Parker White King. I don't feel like he rejected me at all. He just didn't move forward. It's not rejection. Rejection would signify, oh, you mean for the hug. When I went for the hug, so he was holding the flowers in one hand, and then he had the door open in another because he was holding that backseat door open. And even my Uber driver was like, "He's not coming with you," and I was like, "No." I don't know why the Uber driver was surprised. It's kind of weird. Like he's not coming with you. Oh, maybe it's because he called the Uber from his phone, so he was surprised. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah. Anyway, so I guess the rejection was I went in for a hug. I said thank you for a great night. Um, yeah. So anyway, Rob, you're not speaking any facts. You're just being obtuse and what do you call that? Instigating on purpose. I know I want Dika in eye makeup. You like the eye makeup, Dakota? Okay. Do you think race plays a part in this? Levi, are you insinuating that this person was a different race than me? Are you suggesting that this person did not have the same complexion as I? Did you decide before confirming the facts, Levi? Did you allow your imagination to get away with you so much that you thought this person was a different complexion? I think he did have the same complexion as you. I caught that. Why? Okay, wait. How did you guys catch two different things? I'm confused. I, you come across as someone who dates outside there. How do I come across that way? me look at you, Levi. Let me see what you got going on here. Where are you from, sir? Where are you from? You're not denying it. Okay. It's the Canada. Y'all got jokes today. You're not denying it. From Maryland. Okay. Never been out there. Well, here's the thing. Being in Southern California, my demographic is very small. So I think naturally, um, I will have to date what's here. Not like have to, but like it's a bad thing. But like I will date what's here, right? Yeah, I'm in California. But for the record, if it makes you feel any kind of way, this man, I'm actually this specific man that I'm talking about. I've told various other stories. These men were various demographics, but this specific man was actually black. So there you go. And he went to Jamaica because he was from Jamaica. He went back home technically. I've never revealed a complexion of a man before that I've ever talked about. But because what I'm trying to help you guys understand is that you can never guess. You can sometimes guess. Dakota could tell. How did you tell? How did you tell, Dakota? How did you know? Armani seemed like he knew. Dakota seemed like he knew, but Levi, you didn't seem to know. That's interesting. But what I'm trying to do is help you guys. Um, but he could have just been going on vacation to Jamaica. He actually went back home to Jamaica. That's two different things. That part wasn't clarified. People go to Jamaica on vacation all the time. But because people think like where I'm from or how I speak and all these other things, there's all these assumptions of who I date. The reality is that in this changing world, I think at this point everybody's dating everybody. I think for the most part, people are still very loyal to their nation, their clan, their tribe, if you will, and that's fine. That's normal. Um, but it shouldn't be. You shouldn't guess that based on how people talk, present themselves, everything like that. You know. Explanation of gangly. I didn't say gangly. I said gumpy. Oh my God, Rob. I encourage everyone to date outside their race. I've been with black and white and everything in between. I don't see race and what makes a difference. I guess. I don't necessarily encourage people to do that. That's kind of weird. But I do think that um, if you're not finding success within your own tribe after you've actively searched, right, and let go of stereotypes and all types of other limiting beliefs about who you can find after actively doing that, then just look for a person because that's all you're getting at the end of the day, whether they look like you or not. What all that matters is that you're with a, a good partner, right? That could make a good parent, potentially, if that's what you want. But I don't think there's not a lot of people who encourage people to date out. That's interesting. But saying be open to meeting people, I think is very normal. Because even here in California, people very much so stick to their own, very much so. Latinos very much so stick to their own. White people stick to their own. Asians. Now, obviously, you see everybody that I just named dating each other as well. But interesting. All right, let's see. Dude, guess what? Oh, yeah, those. Same thing, no? What's the same thing, Dakota? Wait, Hummingbird, you can. Oh, wait. You're from NorCal? Oh my God, hello. Are you from the Bay? You could tell. You could tell I was from Southern California. How do you guys tell? Is it how I talk? How do you know? Really? Oh my God. Are you from the Bay, Hummingbird? I'm like you still exist in this cruel world, Sadiq. I hope you find. You guys keep calling me Sadiq. It's Sadiqa, but thank you. I hope you find your Prince Charming. You don't need to be around men like me. We give too many mixed signals. Levi, why you out here giving mixed signals? I believe you. When I get mixed signals are not. That's not a real thing. Mixed signals is the answer. I've decided to believe people the first time. But thank you for that warning and thank you for sending those well wishes. I appreciate that. Would y'all unsub if I showed up on Sadiq's stream as the roomie? Dakota, what are you talking about? Y'all don't know who and what is going on here. What my living situation is like. Who that could have been. Thank you, Jedediah. Things to laugh about. Nice earrings. Thank you. Thank you for liking and subscribing. I appreciate that. Thank you, Jedediah. I appreciate you. Thank you, Levi. Levi Chino. Levi, is it Levi Chino? Levi Chino? Let me get closer. You guys' pictures are like this big. I can't see what's going on. Hi, Adrienne. Armani wrote the book on my life. He has. He's done some serious researching on me. Okay. You guys are probably like the light version of other people. Not you guys, just some of you guys. Some people get really, really crazy, well, too investigative. So I recognize, like, if and when my channel gets bigger, I have to get particularly more for safety purposes. Like, I can't put so much out there because as a woman, I have to think about these things, and people are watching very heavily, very closely, and yeah, I can't. I wish I could, but we live in an interesting world, where I can't be quick to say, oh, they live in this neighborhood, or I live in that. I find somebody is outside my door. Are you a subscriber? you know. Good relationship conversation. Okay. Does that mean you want me to make content on that? Like I could. because I really could. Thank you, Weston. Oh, is it because you saw my yoga mats, Hummingbird? You do yoga too? Yes. Hold on, let this plane pass. You guys, this is like the third plane of British Airways. Have you? I have gone to a sound bath. I've gone to a couple, and I've been to like two or three. Two of them was good. The third one was a little too intense. The sound was very like it was sensitive. I couldn't last that long. I like wanted to get out of there, but I have been to some really good ones. I like yin yoga, which is like the slow, deep breathing, which I need more of that in my life. What kind of yoga do you like? Thank you, Jedediah. Do you have enough free time to make content upon request? We might not see you for another 2 months. Yes, Armani. Like I always tell you guys to tell me what you want to see. I always say that. I do notice that when I talk about certain things, A, I have a natural flow with it, and B, people resonate with certain topics. So I think the most things that people resonate with are relationships and when I talk about things I've learned from like experiences I've had to like help people see things differently. Those are like the two main things I notice I get the most feedback on in a good way. Thank you. What do you want to ask me, Echo? The British are coming. The British are coming. The Brits are in fact coming. I hope we know this. I rather watch your live streams and you talk about it this way. The only difference is when I go on live stream, I give toxic conversation to me on why being toxic is better than being good. Yes, that yoga that clams the overthinking. Dakota, are you saying that I overthink things? Thank you, Jedediah. Jedediah, do you want to be my moderator? Calms. Yes. Shari. Shari comes in every once in a while. You know, Rob says the wildest things, but he is funny. I gotta give him that. How long have I been single? Okay, well, technically, I told this story already too, okay? Technically, I was in a very short term relationship last summer, but it wasn't because I wanted it that way. For those of you who want to be like, oh, good, because you want to be single, oh my God, yeah. No. Okay, so technically, it's been a year. I was seeing someone exclusively for not very long, and he asked me to be his girlfriend, and I said yes. And then it just got really weird, and I was like, "What is happening?" And I'm not gonna go into that story because we'll be here for another hour. But just to answer your question, it's been technically it's been just a little over a year. But before him, I was just going on dates and I was not in a long term relationship for a very, very, very long time, like years. Um, I enjoy. I already read the last part of your comment, Hummingbird. I enjoy yin as well. My first time going to yoga was a vinyasa class, which was super fast, and I left crying. Right? Oh my God. When you hold certain yoga poses, it releases emotions out of your body. I've been like boohoo crying in yoga before. That's why yoga is so important, so you can release emotions. I only go to yin from now on. Yes. You made me want to book a yin class. Also, I think Rob wants to take you out so bad. I think he does too. But you know, Rob's problem is that. Let me tell you what Rob's problem is. Rob. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. Oh, so you're just waiting for a man to ask. Interesting. I think we gotta multiply by 3. What are you talking about? Multiply by 3 what? Oh, so you're just waiting for a man to ask. I also think that I'm very traditional for this day and time, but I refuse to be any other way. I refuse. Here's what I will say. So at my job, we had this intern, and this intern, he was a very smart guy, um, young, 19, handsome young guy, and he was adorable. Like he'd always be like smiling at me, like pretty sure, whatever, it doesn't matter. He's a kid. So one of the guys at my job asked him if he has a girlfriend, and he said yes. So he has a girlfriend, and he told me that she asked him out. And I thought, are you serious? Is this what the 19-year-old girls are doing today, right? I didn't ask him that part, but I just thought to myself, are these what the young girls are doing today? And he was like, yeah, like I never really had an interest in having a girlfriend. Like I have my friends, I go to school and like I'm happy. But she asked me out and so I said yes and we've been together for 4 months. Then stayed there for another 2 months. So he was like excited because he said I just reached my 6 month anniversary. And I thought, oh wow, congrats, right? Um, but he's going off to college up in the Bay Area. He's going to Stanford. He's a super smart guy. And he was like, yeah, we just reached 6 months, but we're like really locked in. Her and I are really locked in, right? So he's like really into it now. But this is someone who didn't even think about asking a girl out. So I'm thinking, like, are these just kind of how the guys are now? Like, they won't necessarily think about it until they're asked. Mind you, he's only 19. I'm like almost twice his age, but still, like, I'm thinking there's some girls who have no issue asking guys out, right? And they actually stay together for a long time. I have this notion that if I ask a guy out, it's because he didn't like me as much. Like I have a theory that if he's not the one coming after me, then maybe he doesn't like me that much. Why am I having that? That's just kind of how I see it. But I could just be old school and how I think because I know a lot of guys are in long-term relationships that the girl asked them out in, and I'm like, how are you girls doing this? Like, I don't even. I have never done such a thing. My favorite influencer. Thank you, Tammy. Let me wait. I'm missing y'all's comments. Hi, Allison. How are you? Traditional. Did you have both of your parents in your household growing up? I did. Livicino. Don't tell them my problems. I told you to keep that between us. Guys, let's please like and subscribe for our sweet, lovely princess. Yes, Jedediah. Depends on how she asks. They can be very persuasive. Yes, their mama guys are mama's boys now. They wait for mom to tell them the next move. You know what I find interesting? You were asked if being supportive should be expected of women in a relationship, and you said that should be done by both partners. Correct. What do you find interesting about that? That I responded by with both partners? Yeah. So if you want me to say, do I think women specifically should be supportive in a relationship? Yes, I do. You also asked me, Armani, if I believe in reciprocity. Yes, I do. So support without support back is very exhausting. A relationship is dual support. Theory or overthinking? Guys, we still ask women out. We just don't ask them to be in a relationship with us. We just let it naturally flow. Well, speaking from someone like yourself, Levicino, are you the type to ever put a title on the person or on yourself? Or do you just let it flow? Like, is letting it flow mean that this person doesn't have a role or a title in your life? Or does it eventually become a title? That suggests you feel there aren't men women roles in relationships per se, but you clearly believe men have defined specific things men should do. I think women do have specific things they should do. I think there's things that only women can do. Let me plug up my phone because it's about to die. Hi, sweet baby Jesus. This game starts in an hour, so um, let's see. It makes sense you can always tell the difference between women who grow up in a two-parent household from the ones in a single-parent household. But did you say you were from Maryland? Because there was another guy in here. He said he never said where he was from. Okay. How do you, what are the differences you can see, Levicino? I'm interested. Like, how do you know one has one versus one doesn't? Can I be a moderator? Yes, you can, Jedediah. Your wish is my command. Your job is to remove people who say very inappropriate or disrespectful things. I dress like a bum when I go to grocery stores to avoid the hungry females. Do you really have women like? Is that a paying position? um, excuse me. Oh my god. You guys have been on here forever. Almost 2 hours. Over 2 hours. Holy crap. Okay. You said okay. When I meant traditional, I meant also too like I'm old school. Maybe that's a better word. I think old school. Like if you think about it, back in the day, women did ask guys out, but it was not nearly as much as women asking men out today. Right? So, Dakota, do you typically have to wean off the women when you go to a grocery store? Is that like do you when you dress nice, are women just like clawing after you? Like, do you get hit on a lot? You're from Maryland, Jedediah? Women have been making the first move since before the Model T. Honestly, before gender roles, I think women probably were in some way or form making the first move. I think it's I think it's different. Um, I think back in like the old days, I think like medieval kingdom times, I think men were definitely still making the first move. That's why all of the movies suggest that he was outside her window, like letters and singing and making his. I also think it's human. It's the correct order for the man to be the pursuer because even like in the animal kingdom, you'll see birds doing their mating dance, and like the male birds actually have all of the pretty feathers, right? Because they're trying to attract their suitor. Like peacock, the good looking peacock, those are male peacocks. They're the ones with the beautiful feathers, which is crazy, right? You think it'd be a female peacock. The female peacocks are actually like the ones that kind of look like pigeons, but they're just minding their business, right? He goes, look at all of these feathers. And the peacocks either are moved by his mating dance or they're not. But he's still trying to get their attention, which I find interesting. Some of the most beautiful birds are actually male because it shows that they're the ones trying to pursue and attract the female species with what they have, right? Look at me, I have this. So I think it's still even in meiosis, right? I think it's so funny how sometimes we try to like rewrite the order of how things are supposed to be, but even in meiosis, you guys would know what meiosis is, right? That's the cell connection of it's the process of a sperm and egg meeting and development of an embryo, meiosis, right? In all mammals. So the sperm is actually moving through the cell membrane, right? But the egg, the female technically, is like attracting the correct puzzle piece because really the egg has a shape and only one of those sperms is going to be the correct shape. Are you listening? You must not know about them or the seahorses. Yeah, I know the seahorses are like one of the only species that can get pregnant. Thank you, Jedediah. He's just telling you guys to be nice and respectful. You want me to do an ASMR video? That was actually my dream before I started making content was to be an ASMR artist. Hello, Nazier. McSwagger. Big brain. That's exactly what it means. So to continue on what Rob just asked, whenever we talk about biology and meiosis, we only talk about what the sperm is doing. Like the sperm is just they're all racing through to get to the egg, but we never talk about what the egg is doing. The egg has a specific DNA code and shape already, right? And that one egg is like attracting because it's almost like a magnet. It's a magnet. That's a feminine trait is to attract, right? She's attracting the correct piece of the correct sperm that's going to actually result in an embryo. to take it to the next phase, because life always wants to create something. It wants success. So it's naturally looking for the correct piece. You can verify it. Look up what I'm saying, Armani. Look up what the egg. Look up what the egg plays in the role of meiosis. Google that. Just finished an audition. What we talking about? I hope it went well, Marcus. Can boys and girls be friends if they are in a creep? What is in a creep? What does that mean, Weston? Weston, are you from Germany? Just guessing by your last name. Okay, I'm Marnie. I'm not sure what you're talking about, but. All right, guys. Anyway, it's been a long live. It's really good to catch up with you guys, see all of your familiar faces, new faces. Dakota, Marcus, Armani, Rob, Levicino, McSwagger. Um, New faces too. Hummingbird, Jedediah, all the folks. Thank you for being here, and it's really good chatting with you guys. Hope you've been okay. I've been okay. I've been pretty good. Can't lie. Can't complain. I'm also hungry again, and this Mexico game is starting in 45 minutes, so I gotta decide. See you next month. Look, I'm making videos. I made a video last week, so it's not like I'm not being. And I post too. I post on the timeline, like pictures and like, I update you guys what's going on. I wish you well. Um, yeah, so it's not like I'm not present. You guys seem to be more like my live stream audience, which I appreciate, but I'm also trying to create an audience on my edited content because, you know, I want the purpose of my channel to be like well-rounded. What I love about live streams is that I can talk about everything under the sun in one video. But in my other video, I'm like very much so focused on the point of my channel, which I hope is clear by now. So yeah. Anyway, okay. Well, I'll see you guys next time. I'll make a video on relationships because it sounds like y'all like that. Y'all like when I do that. So, or at least on dating, that'd be fun. Hello, Fire Artwork. If you guys want to email me, you can email me at hello@thesoulspiration.com. I'm going to add it here so you guys can email me. It's like I always forget how to add the thingy majigger mabobber. I check my emails every day. Here we go. There's really no answer there. Just email me there. How convenient. Armani, what are you talking about? You just be saying anything. Wait, is that my email? I'm pretty sure that's my email. Yeah. I check my emails every day, so if you guys want to email me there, you can. And hello, hello, the real Latina. Hello, Jason. Hi, stay. Um, Thank you, Jedediah. I appreciate you for being my moderator, for being kind, and I appreciate that. So I'll see you next time. Jason from Mississippi. All right. Do you know Stray Kids? I don't know Stray Kids. Should I know Stray Kids? Questions that need answers. All right, guys, I'm tired, but not tired of you. Never tired of you. Just sleepy. To go watch the Mexico game or to take a nap. Where are you showing from? I'm from Southern California. I'm on the other side of the country. Make sure you guys email me hello@thesoulspiration.com with any questions. You want to just shoot the breeze, I respond pretty quickly, and it's a way to connect with me directly. All right, but I'm gonna go cut this off now because it's been on here for a while. But I'll see you guys next time. Subscribe and turn on your notifications so then you can see like anytime I go live and we can talk. Okay. You been out here? Okay, that's what's up. I haven't been out there yet, but I'm sure I'll make my way out there at some point. But until next time, you guys, I'll see you. Bye. Thank you for